I have OCD. I've had it my whole life. The earliest memory I can think of currently on the spot is when I was 11 years old. I had my Mario and Luigi slippers. Gotta respect Nintendo, man. I lined them up at the bottom of my bed and I made sure that they were symmetrical. So I had a bunk bed and at the bottom of the ladder were where my slippers were placed. I specifically had my Mario slipper on the left and the Luigi slipper on the right, and their faces would have to be in line at the front. I would not accept any less level of organisation. And since then, a lot of these OCD traits have infiltrated my life. I dedicate certain areas of my room for different purposes, as you would, but unlike a lot of people who would let their priorities spill over into other areas, I do not allow that. All my clothes are kept away in drawers. My books are kept on the shelves. Of course, these are the normal things, but where I differ is that I never leave something out of place for too long. The glasses, the mugs that may pile up on your desk, mine will be down in the dishwasher, at least by the next day. And I actually do that instead of forgetting about it. This is all part of my OCD, and other ways in which it comes out is that the floor is clear of clothes, except if I need to use one again. And other than that, my floor is clear except for one area where my laptop case stands up against the radiator, and one area where my rucksack sits. Other than that, nothing is out of place. I also wash my hands a bit too much, but I do this to keep my environment clean. I give my bedroom this level of respect where I need to leave my 2 desks that I use, and also my bedside table, the impression that they are being used for the first time, the next time I come to them. So it feels like I'm coming home to a nice hotel room, freshly prepared for me when I walk into the room. You see here, I just have my laptop, mouse pad, coaster, charger, and lamp. And that's it. My OCD comes to my advantage a lot in life. Don't get me wrong, but there are also disadvantages. So what do I do with my OCD? How can I develop it to benefit me? Well, I just have to minimize the disadvantages that I experience. So how do I do this? Okay, so my frequent hand washing is an issue here, because in the winter months, my hands will get a bit crackly. They're a bit dry at the moment because of it. So how do I mitigate the amount of times I wash my hands? I do that by allocating my use of time with the desks in my room. I will sit down for an hour over here on my laptop desk, getting all my work done, popping downstairs for a meal, and then when I get back up, my hands are clean and I'm ready to go again on the laptop. I would avoid going from place to place, which in turn would trigger an impulse within me to wash my hands or be more organised. It's like I can see things or feel things that others don't, and this is all part of having Asperger's syndrome, in which some of my senses are heightened. So I have a heightened awareness, so I can spot something out of the corner of my eye if I'm careful. I also have overly sensitive hearing, and I also have a sensitive touch. Like sometimes I can even feel the cracks in the pavement under my shoes without even looking. It's crazy, right? It's like I'm Spider-Man sometimes. And overall, living with this is just an experience in itself. It's my life, my personality, my senses, and my way of doing things. And this is just the way it comes out. We are all striving for better in our lives, and I'm always constantly improving my OCD habits. I have the ability to kind of turn off my hyper-awareness when I'm outside with a friend, and I just keep that stuff to my room. We all need to channel our ways and our emotions in ways that other people won't notice, so that you can continue living life like no one thinks anything's wrong with you. But instead of masking, let's say, preventing other people from seeing the wrong things that are in your life, or so you think, I'd like to incorporate these elements into my life. Therefore, I can take it for a while. If someone impedes on my space and I need to reorganize it due to having OCD, I can just wait for them to finish and go, then deal with it after. Say for example, in a relatable context, if you have a party, you dedicate parts of your house to where people can go, and afterwards you will clear up the mess. Apply that logic to what you do now. And instead of having to fix things in the moment in front of people, maybe if they move the wrong ornament and bother something, leave it for now and put it off till later. Now, a wise Sensei Wu once said, "Never put off till tomorrow what can be done today." But in this instance, it may be beneficial. You will leave the OCD, the unattractive habits, out of the moment that you are spending with your friend and deal with it in solitude afterwards. I think that is the process of masking, and a lot of us are familiar with this already, but it's up to you to determine how you will behave when they are around you and how you will deal with it, where, when, with who, and how. Those are things you must figure out yourself, but once you do, you will feel glad that you have figured it all out. You have benefited your life in some way, and therefore you have taken one step in overcoming your OCD. Life is all about problem solving, and OCD is just one of many. And while you're progressing through your life, getting to your destination and your goals, you have to figure out these boundaries that you set, one step at a time. You really just have to get incrementally better, and this way you may be able to overcome your OCD just a little bit more easily. I hope that helped you from a fellow person with OCD. Thank you so much for listening, take care, and see you in the next video.